Introducing Bonnet Princess. Video starting in 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about people pleasing. This is episode 2 of my self-love series, and yeah, let's get started. People pleasing usually stems from fear of abandonment, being alone, and fear of conflict. Like, you don't want to start any problems, any arguments, any drama. You don't want to be a part of it. You don't want to start it, and you usually want to end it or do anything to like pacify the person and just keep them calm, so you don't have to you don't want to anger them, and you don't want to say no and then they get mad at you or they get mad at someone else, and so on thing. And you also don't want to say no and then they leave you and stop being your friend, or they stop coming to you for things and stuff like that. I also feel like people pleasing comes from feeling like you have to earn someone's love. You feel like you have to work for it, and that's conditional love. Love is meant to be unconditional. You're not supposed to have to work to be loved, because then if love is based off your works, the moment you can't work for them anymore, all of a sudden they don't love you. It was never real love to begin with. So when you people please, a lot of effects of it can be depression, low self-esteem, burnout. You also can be taken advantage of, either if that's like advantage of your time or money, resources, anything like that. People that usually people please do it because they want to feel wanted in some type of way. Whether that's in a relationship or in a friendship, they're gonna do whatever they can, whatever they physically can, to make that person want them in their life. And that's very draining if you're constantly working for someone else and focusing all on them and putting so much time and effort into them, especially if they don't do the same for you. That's just a lot of wasted time. And generally, they don't focus on themselves. When you people please, you just don't focus on yourself. You don't uphold boundaries for anybody, and you quite literally never say no. You have a hard time saying no. And that's where the burnout comes from. Like, the more you say yes to, the more things you have to do, and the less time you have for yourself, and it just adds up. And also, when you people please a lot, it can also affect relationships. Even though people pleasing stems from wanting to appease the person, it can become overwhelming for them, I guess. And it can also change your identity as well, because you're always trying to appeal to them, and they're like, if they wanted to hang out or something, you're only going to want to do what they want to do. It's never what you want to do. And I guess that can make a weird dynamic balance, I guess. And then how to stop people pleasing is to start focusing on yourself. Self-love journey. Start focusing on yourself. Therapy would also be a great start to helping with not being so high on helping others, and like be able to have a good balance, because you should come first. At times, there are times where you should put yourself first, because if you're always feeding and digging into other people, eventually you're not even gonna know who you are, and that would probably be really, really sad. So BetterHelp is definitely a good start if you don't want to have an in-person therapist, and I'm sure it'd be cheaper than an in-person one as well. Another thing is, So therapy, focusing on yourself, trying to zoom in onto your own goals and dreams. I feel like it's never too late to start loving yourself. It's really never too late. I feel like the number one thing that I really love about self-love is solo dates. I feel like that's the best part of it all. And honestly, even if you feel a little bit crazy for it, talking to yourself also teaches you things about yourself, I guess. Because the same way you talk to people, and you don't even have to just like talk to yourself. You could just be writing, you know, like how you ask questions, ask them to yourself. Like, do a Quizlet, and maybe you might even learn something new about yourself. Like, maybe you don't have an opinion about a question, so go out there and find out what your opinion would be, you know? Try new things and say no without feeling guilty about it. I honestly hate saying no. I don't like telling people no. Even if I don't want to go out, if I don't want to do this or that, I usually say yes. But that's like something I've been working on, because if someone asks me for anything, it's just automatically yes. And because I love helping people, I love being there for people, but sometimes it's just like a disadvantage unto me. So, but saying no is honestly really easy, okay? It's very easy to say no. And saying no just also, not only does it build boundaries, it keeps you from being overbooked, I guess, and over, like, there's not a lot happening at once. Because if you're always saying yes to things, eventually you're gonna have to put off stuff that was meant for you. So, you know, like, don't do that. Like, it's okay to put yourself first. And if other people don't like that you're spending 24/7 with them because you want to hang out by yourself, then that's on them. Like, you can't just be mad. They can be mad. Like, they're, like, obviously their feelings are important, and if they feel that way, that's okay. But it's okay for you to spend time alone. It's okay for you to work on the things you care about and not have to reach out to everybody and do everything for everybody and be there for everybody when you're not even there for yourself. Because usually when you're a people pleaser, no one's there for you. Let's be so for real. When you're a people pleaser, when you're down in the dumps and you need somebody to lean on, there is nobody, because you're the person that you need to lean on. So yesterday I was watching this TikTok of this girl that's in Ginny and Georgia, I think that's what the show is called. And literally they only text that girl when they need something. They only call that girl when they need something. They leave her out of every hangout, every event, and like, oh, we didn't tell you because we didn't want to make you sad. What? Does 2 + 2 = 4? What do you mean? You didn't, like, not only you didn't tell me, you didn't invite me, and now you're telling, like, that's a whole mess. When you're a people pleaser, when you're always there for everybody, and eventually you're gonna have so many bottled up emotions, you're gonna explode, and then they're not gonna be there. They're not. They're really not. So the moment you start focusing on yourself and you start learning who you are and you start being authentic with yourself and authentic with who you are, it's not gonna freaking matter anymore. And you're actually, now that you're being your authentic self, now you know who you are. Like, you're not gonna immediately know, like, over time. You're gonna meet people who actually love who you are, and not based off of the things you can do for them. It's not based off the things you have or anything like that. It's just based off your personality, your, like, aura, I guess. You're so fun to be around. That's why they're around you. Not because you give them this and that and this and that. Like, no, because you shouldn't have a friend that only calls you when you have drama. Like, you shouldn't have a friend that only calls you when they need money or advice. That's not a real friend. That's a needy friend, because you're a people pleaser. So when you stop being a people pleaser, not only are you gonna attract real friends, you're gonna attract your true authentic self. And that's the end of this video. Moment of silence. Well, it's not really gonna be silent, but I'm gonna be silent so we can enjoy this departure. Okay, toodles. Self-love series. So